The United States healthcare system needs reform. The current system is very complex with a baffling mix of providers, insurers and governments. It's probably also the most expensive healthcare in the world, putting a big burden on both taxpayers and consumers. So what should happen? The President wants to move into the direction of universal insurance coverage, financed by some tax increases and some restraints on growth of other programs, particularly Medicare. Is this the right approach? I'm Melina van den Broek of the European Independent Institute in the Netherlands. I'm here in America doing the Center for Freedom and Prosperity video because I want to warn you that making America's system more like those in Europe is a big mistake. Don't be fooled by politicians who tell you that Europe provides better health care for lower cost. The grass is not always greener on the other side of the fence. Let me explain with 3 key points. First, universal coverage is not the same as universal health care. In many European nations, the right to health care often means the right to get into a long waiting line. Second, insurance mandates mean that politicians and bureaucrats will be deciding what is covered and what is not. In Europe, that approach requires an extravagant amount of bureaucrats. It also undermines consumers' choice and prevents patients from getting specific kinds of care options that they want. In healthcare, there is no one-size-fits-all solution. Third, price controls do not work. This approach creates enormous inefficiencies, encourages overutilization, and distorts markets. And it has not had a positive impact on overall healthcare costs in Europe. Ironically, US politicians are now moving to make America's system like Europe's, at a time when many European countries are struggling to keep their government-run schemes alive. Indeed, countries like Belgium and the Netherlands are trying to move into the direction of markets. Even Germany is also taking steps towards a competitive health insurance market to keep its system affordable. So if more government is not the answer, what should US lawmakers choose? I'm an outsider, so I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I will point out that many of the problems in the American system are caused by government. Programs such as Medicare and Medicaid, for instance, account for nearly 1/2 of medical expenditures in your country. At the risk of being rude, doesn't that mean that the US is almost halfway down the path towards socialized medicine? Even the supposedly private share of medical expenses is heavily distorted by government. Tax preferences, for instance, funnel most workers into employer-based healthcare plans that create 2 intermediaries, the employer and the insurance company, between the healthcare consumers and healthcare providers. Moreover, the system encourages a form of prepaid healthcare that leads consumers to act as if healthcare is a all-you-can-eat buffet, with the perception that someone else is paying the bill, even though premiums are part of employee compensation. The combination of government programs and tax code distortions has created what is known as the third-party payer problem, which refers to the fact that a huge share of healthcare is paid for with somebody else's money. Needless to say, this largely undermines the normal efficiency of the free market and results in complexity and rising costs. Indeed, it's worth noting that in a few areas of the American healthcare system where a genuine free market still exists, like cosmetic surgery and laser eye surgery, we find much better results. A sensible market-based healthcare system, free of government distortions, would have insurance coverage for large, unanticipated healthcare costs, much as car insurance covers a car crash and homeowners insurance protects against fire. But routine healthcare costs would become part of the regular marketplace. After all, we don't use car insurance to cover cost of changing our oil or homeowners insurance to buy a new couch. American policymakers should not look at Europe for answers. If government is the main cause of the current problems with healthcare, why would you think that more government is the solution? Please share this Center for Freedom and Prosperity video with others. I'm Melina van den Broek. Thanks for watching.